I didn't know what it was.
Like,
what
you know the one for our Instagram?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Can we do? They can't even see us.
No, because you jumped off the bed. I didn't know what the heck was going on.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is for my Instagram. I had to learn this. For my Instagram, for my feed. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Don't hit my head, though.
You're going to hit that.
Oh, never mind.
We can't do this. We have to be outside.
Never mind, guys.
Joe Vivo on Canada.
A meltdown about it. A meltdown?
A meltdown?
How did he bag you? He's just a nice person. Compassion, love, and forgiveness and truth.
Okay, I'm going to read.
How did he beg you? Ask me for a friend. Yeah, this is my, it's almost like my boyfriend. My ex-boyfriend as well, technically.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, let me go get the book.
Okay, ready, guys? We're reading. It's book club time on the stream, guys. So that means everybody turn your listening ears on. This is what I tell my preschoolers. Let's zip it, lock it, throw it away, and turn those listening ears on, guys, because we're starting book club.
We're on chapter 3, remember?
Chapter 3 of winning. Everybody lock in. This is the CEO of General Electric wrote this book. Hands down till the end of the seminar. Everyone put your hands down. If you have a question, you can raise it.
So this chapter is called Cruel and Darwinian. Try fair and effective. If there is one of my values that really pushes buttons, it's differentiation. Some people love the idea, they swear by it, run their companies with it, and will tell you that it's the very root of their success. Other people hate it. They call it mean, harsh, impractical, demotivating, political, unfair, and all of the above. Once during a radio talk show about my first book, a woman in LA pulled off the highway to call in and label differentiation cruel and Darwinian. And that was just the beginning of her commentary. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of differentiation. I've seen it transform companies from mediocre to outstanding, and it is morally sound as management system that can be. It works. Companies win when their managers make clear and meaningful distinction between top and bottom performing businesses and people. When they cultivate the strong and cull the weak. Companies suffer when every business and person is treated equally, and bets are sprinkled all around like rain on the ocean. When all is said and done, differentiation is just a resource allocation, which is what great and good leaders do. And in fact, it's one of the chief jobs that they are paid to do. A company only has so much money and is managerial time. Winning leaders invest where their payback is highest. They cut their losses everywhere else. If that sounds like Darwinian, then let me add that I am convinced that along with being the most efficient and most effective way to run your company, differentiation also happens to be the fairest and the kindest. Ultimately, it makes winners out of everyone. When I was at GE, people discussed differentiation vigorously, but over the years, most people came to strongly support it as our way of doing business. By the time I retired, differentiation was really not a hot topic anymore. The same can't be said for outside the company.
Can we define differentiation?
It's like calling things the way they are. Like he said, he's separating, top performers and low performers.
Oh, so he's saying he doesn't like differentiation?
No, he does.
He does like it.
He does. He's saying people criticize it though, calling it Darwinian.
Oh.
Darwinian being the theory of evolution where, the strong survive and,
okay.
blah, blah, blah.
So he likes differentiation.
He likes differentiation.
Okay.
So he was saying, when I was at GE, people discussed differentiation vigorously, but over the years, most people came to strongly support it as our way of doing business. So I guess when he first started, it was like frowned upon, but now by the end of his time there, it was.
Okay.
By the time I retired, differentiation was really not a hot topic anymore. The same can't be said for the outside the company. Without a doubt, differentiation receives the most questions I get from audiences around the world. As I said, people tend to love it or hate it, but a pretty large number are just confused by it. If I could change one thing about my first book, it would be to add more pages to the discussion of differentiation, explaining the topic inside and out, and stressing that differentiation cannot and must not be implemented quickly. At GE, it took us about a decade to install the kind of candor and trust that makes people differentiation possible.
Hey, do you know where the Cat in the Hat book is? I can't find it anymore.
Oh, it's in the book depository.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What chapter? We're on chapter 3, Dashi. But this chapter is not about implementation. It's about why I believe in differentiation and why you should too. Differentiation defined. One of the main misunderstandings about differentiation is that it's only about people. That's to miss half of it. Differentiation is a way to manage people and businesses. Basically, differentiation holds up that a company has two parts, software and hardware. Software is simple. It's your people. Hardware depends. If you're a large company, your hardware is different than businesses in your portfolio. If you're smaller, your hardware is your product lines. Let's first look at the differentiation in terms of hardware. It's pretty straightforward and a lot is incendiary. Every company
Can you
has...
pause? This guy's voice makes me want to do the splits on a pineapple. What does that mean?
means he's...
Oh, that's not nice. I thought that was a nice comment.
No, it
He
is.
needs energy to do the splits and eat pineapple.
No, it is.
That's not kind.
It's nice. It makes them...
My cat wants to see the book before you keep going.
It's such a sweet...
This is the guy winning.
It's such a sweet orientation. See, I got a guy on mine.
Wow.
J-Mel said it's perfect reading so far.
Yeah, perfect reading. W reading.
Okay. So, every company has strong businesses or product lines and weak ones, and some in between. Differentiation requires managers to know which is which and invest accordingly. To do so, of course, you have to have a clear-cut definition of strong. At GE, strong meant a business was number 1 or number 2 in its market. If it wasn't, the managers had to fix it, sell it, or, as a last resort, close it. Other companies have different frameworks for investment decisions. They put their money and the time only into businesses or product lines that promise double-digit sales and growth. For instance, they invest only in businesses or product lines with 15% or better discounted rate of return, DCRR. Now, I generally don't like investment criteria that are financial in nature, like DCRR, because the numbers can be jiggered so that...
What's CCR again?
That's discounted rate of return.
Discounted rate of return?
Yeah, so remember he said they invest only in businesses or product lines with 15% or better discounted rate of return.
I don't get what that means. So.
I think it means a rate of return would be like, if let's say you put $100 in, then you would make $115 back. Like,
Okay.
that's 15%.
So that's when he does business, he always likes his business to get at least 15% more than they should.
Yeah, like
kind of thing?
like I think he's saying we're reading winning, but I think I'm not a mathematician or whatever,
Okay.
but I think that what he's trying to say is that the discounted rate of return is their return, like the return on investment.
What's ChatGPT?
Yeah,
This
ChatGPT.
reading counts towards, this is their 75%.
This is my first time reading it fully, all the way through.
What is discounted rate of return when it comes to businesses?
And say in layman's terms.
Time value? Ooh.
Say in layman's terms, or
Explain it to me like I'm a 10-year-old.
explain it to me like I'm a person who doesn't understand.
Imagine you have $10. If someone says, I'll give you $10 next year instead, that's actually worse, right? Because you can't use it now. So in business, they know money today is worth more than money later. So it's a fancy way of saying how much money we really make for something after thinking about the fact that future money is worth less. Because businesses don't just look at how much money they'll earn, they think about when the money comes in. Let's say a business spends $100 to buy a machine today. The machine will make $50 this year, $50 next year, total $150, but $50 in 2 years is not worth the same as $50 today. So the business discounts the future money to see what it's worth right now. the project is earning 10% every year. That's 10%.
On today's value.
10% is the discounted rate of return.
Right. Yeah, so it's kind of like what I said, only they're also keeping in mind that the timeline, like how much,
Okay.
like if you put $100 in a company, but it took you like 3-4 years to finally make that $100 back and then start making profits.
So it's inflation. Yeah. Why
Yeah.
do they need to make it so?
It's like rate of return plus inflation.
Okay.
We're on chapter 3 of winning.
Okay. Yeah.
'Kay.
Why did they just say that?
Well, now I generally don't like the investment criteria that are financial in nature, like the DCRR, because the numbers can be jiggered so easily that by changing by the residual value or any other number of the assumptions in an investment proposal. But my point is the same. Differentiation among your businesses or product lines requires a transparent framework that everyone in the company understands. People may or may not like it, but they know if they manage it. In fact, differentiation among businesses and product lines is a powerful management discipline in general. At GE, the number 1 or number 2 framework stopped the decades-long practice of sprinkling money everywhere.
I'm just gonna be doing front flips.
Can I use the light then?
Sure.
Because I'm trying to read and it's like in the dark here. All right, so
Can I open this?
yeah, sure. That'll actually help me see even better. Companies sprinkle money so evenly for sentimental or emotional reasons. GE hung on to marginally profitable central air conditioning businesses for 20 years because people thought it was necessary in order to have full-line major appliance company. In reality, headquarters hated air conditioning because its success was so dependent on the installers. The independent contractors would put our machines into homes and then drive off, and GE lost control of the brand. Worse, we had a small share of the market and just couldn't make much money on central air conditioning. With the number 2 or number 1 framework, we had to sell the business. And we did, to a company that lived and breathed air conditioning very successfully. GE's former employees discovered the joy of being loved. Moreover, management attention was no longer diverted to an underperforming business, and shareholders had better returns. Everybody won. Running your company without differentiation among your businesses or product lines may have been possible when the world was less competitive, but with globalization and digitalization, forget it. Managers at every level have to make hard choices and live by them. The people part. Now let's talk about the more controversial topic, differentiation among people. It's a process that requires managers to assess their employees and separate them into 3 categories in terms of performance: the top 20%, the middle 70, and the bottom 10. Then, and this is the key, it requires managers to act on that distinction. I emphasize the word act because all managers naturally differentiate in their heads, but very few make it real. When people differentiation is real, the top 20% of the employees are showered with bonuses, stock options, praise, love, and training, and a variety of rewards to their pocketbooks and souls. It can be no mistaking, there could be no mistaking the stars of the company that differentiates. They are the best and treated that way. The middle 70 are managed differently. This group of people is enormously valuable to a company. You simply cannot function without their skills, energy, and commitment. After all, they are the majority of your employees, and that's the major challenge and risk in the 20-70-10, keeping the middle 70 engaged and motivated. That's why it's so much of managing the middle 70 is about training, positive feedback, thoughtful goal setting. If individuals in this group have a particular promise, they should be moved around among the business and function to increase their experience and knowledge and to test their leadership skills. To be clear, managing the middle 70 is not about keeping people out of the bottom 10. It's not about saving poor performers. That would be a bad investment decision. Rather, differentiation is about managers looking at the middle 70, identifying people with potential to move up and cultivating them. But everyone in the middle 70 needs to be motivated and made to feel as if they truly belong. You do not want to lose the vast majority of your middle 70 if you want to improve. As for the bottom 10% in differentiation, there's no sugarcoating it. They have to go. That's more
Bottom 10%.
they gotta go. Get out.
You have to fire them?
Hit the bricks, pal.
Wow.
Pack your shit. Sorry. I'm doing good. Thank you for coming on.
Wow.
War Daddy Hunter Diddy. Uh, sorry. That's more easily said than done. It's awful to fire people, and even I hate that word. But if you have a candid organization with clear performance expectations and performance evaluation process, a big if, obviously, but that should be everyone's goal. Then people in the bottom 10% generally know who they are. And when you tell them, they usually leave before you ask them to. Nobody wants to be in an organization where they aren't wanted. One of the best things about differentiation is that people in the bottom 10% of the organization very often go on to have successful careers in companies and pursuits where they truly belong and where they can excel. That's how differentiation works in a nutshell. People sometimes ask where I came up with the idea. My answer is, I didn't invent differentiation. I learned it on the playground when I was a kid. When we were making baseball teams, the best players were always getting picked first. The fair players were put in easy positions, usually second base or right field, and the least athletic ones had to watch from the sidelines. Everyone knew where he stood. The top kids wanted desperately to stay out there and got a reward of respect and the thrill of winning. The kids in the middle worked their tails off to get better, and sometimes they did, bringing up the quality of play for everyone. And the kids who couldn't make it the cut usually found other pursuits, sports or otherwise, that they enjoyed and excelled at. Not everyone can be a great ball player, and not every great ball player can be a good doctor, computer programmer, carpenter, musician, or poet. Each one of us is good at something, and I just believe we are the happiest and most fulfilled when we're doing that. It's true on the playground, and it's true in business.
Period. It's true.
A good book and a Red Bull, yeah, Bridger. A reason to hate.
I'm trying to get this nail off.
Really?
It's so close.
A reason to hate
I
differentiation.
even cut it, so I could. Sorry, go ahead.
We gotta keep going.
Okay, sorry.
A
How
reason.
many pages are we done? We can do this.
We can do this. We can make it if we try. We started on page
Sit it
37.
up so I can.
We're on page 43. So we're done 6 pages.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Four more to go.
So the reasons to hate differentiation and not. I could spend the next couple of pages explaining all the reasons to love differentiation. But instead, I'm going to list the most common criticisms of the concept. I'm leaving aside hardware differentiation here because it doesn't get anything like the heat that 2070-10 does. So here are the criticisms of people differentiation. Some have truth in them, but more often than not, they don't. Here's what I mean. Differentiation is unfair because it's always corrupted by companies' politics. 2070-10 is just a way of separating the people who kiss the boss's rear and those who don't. It is true without question that some companies, differentiation is corrupted by cronyism and favoritism. The top 20% are the boss's head nodders and buddies, and the bottom 10% are the outspoken types who ask difficult questions and challenge the status quo. The middle 70 are just ducking and getting by. That happens and it stinks. And it's a function of leadership. Team that's lacking brains or integrity or both. The only good thing I could say about a merit-free system like this is that eventually it destroys itself. It collapses from its own weight or has to change. The results just won't be good enough to sustain the enterprise. Luckily, cases of differentiation abuse can generally be prevented by candid, clear-cut performance system, with defined expectations and goals and timelines, and a program of consistent appraisals. In fact, differentiation can be implemented only after such a system is in place, a process which we will discuss more specifically in the chapter on people management.
I was doing that because he said something in the book stinks.
Differentiation is mean.
There will be a quiz after, and everybody who's dilly-dallying, goofing around, saying, when is this over?
Get your pens.
Oh, you're just going to know. There is a quiz.
Get your boligraphos out, guys. Differentiation is mean.
Yeah.
And differentiation is mean and bullying. It's like the playground in the worst way possible. Weak kids are made into fools, outcasts, and objects of ridicule. I've heard this one 100 times. And it really drives me crazy. Because one of the major advantages of differentiation is that it's good and fair to everyone. When differentiation is working, people know where they stand. You know if you have a strong shot at a big promotion or if you need to be looking for other opportunities inside or outside the company.
Wow, he said, get out!
Maybe some information is hard to swallow at first. And yes, bad news often hurts. But sure enough, like all knowledge, it's power. In fact, it's liberating. And you know where you stand. You control your own destiny. What is more fair than that? Interestingly, when people raise the criticism with me at speaking engagements, I often ask them the question back. I ask if they ever received grades in school. Naturally, everyone says yes. I then ask, did you think getting grades was mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Sometimes
no.
I take it personally.
They usually
Sometimes when
say,
your bitch ass teacher don't like you.
sometimes grades sting, but kids somehow always live through it. And the grades have a way of making everything pretty clear. Some people graduate and go on to be astronauts or research scientists or college professors, and others become marketing managers or advertising executives, and still others become nurses, chefs, or even professional surfers. Grades, in fact, guide us,
Fine, you're right.
telling us something about ourselves that we all need to know.
True.
So why would we stop getting grades at age 21? To prevent meanness? Please.
Is that what he said?
No, it says please. I just made.
Valid. That's actually valid.
I just emphasized it. See, guys, look, it says please. A friend of mine once said, I'm the only problem I will ever have, and I'm the only solution. That's true. Corollary. Corollary. I don't even know this word. Corollary? Does that mean like extra or something?
Can I see?
C-O-R-O.
Corollary, guys. Chat, anybody. Corollary.
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 Corollary. Corollary. I think it means sort of like tertiary.
We gotta search it up. This book is very wordy.
Yeah, it's
Hold on,
pretty. It's kind of a tough book. I
need to go pee.
I'll chat GPT it.
Take a break. Take a break.
I know. In the meantime, I'm gonna chat GPT it. Colory. Call. Coroll. Corollary. Okay, so I'll read you guys the definition of corollary. A corollary is something that becomes true because something else is true. It's like an automatic sequence. An easy example. If you study for your test, you will understand the material. Corollary. Because you understand the material, you'll probably do better on the test. The second thing is naturally follows the first thing. Even simple version, like your 10. A corollary is like, if it's true, then of course the other thing is also true. It's a bonus truth that comes from the first truth. The main idea, if it's raining outside, corollary, then the ground will get wet. Nobody even has to say it. It's just because of the first thing. So it's like if it was raining outside and you said, hey guys, it's raining outside. That should mean that the ground is wet.
Did you start reading without me?
No, I read the definition of corollary.
Oh, what does it mean?
It's like a second truth. So for example, if I said, it's raining outside, you would automatically know that the ground is wet.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it's like one truth begets another truth. So if I say one thing, the second thing, the corollary, doesn't even need to be said because we know it's true.
Okay.
So like, for example, a very simple, like your 10 example would be, the main idea is if it's raining outside, then the ground is...
Wet.
Did I tell you the ground was wet though?
No.
But you knew the ground was wet.
Yeah.
Because I told you it's raining outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, so anyways, corollary.
Yes.
I'm just too nice to implement the 20-70-10. Usually, people with this complaint often about differentiation assert that differentiation is a managerial system does not value people who add intangible things to a business like a feeling of family or humanity or a sense of history. And we all know organizations that continue to employ underperformers for a long time, mainly because they are really nice individuals. Mhm. I fully understand not wanting to manage out somebody nice, but the fact is, protecting underperformers always backfires. First of all, by not carrying their weight, they make the pie smaller for everyone. That can cause resentment. It's also not what you would call fair, and unfair culture never helps a company win. It undermines trust and candor too much. The worst thing, though, is how protecting people who don't perform hurts the people themselves. For years, they are carried along with everyone looking the other way. At appraisals, they are vaguely told that they are great or doing just fine. They are thanked for their contributions, and then a downturn occurs, and the layoffs are necessary. The nice underperformers are almost always the first to go, and always the most surprised because no one ever told them the truth about their results or lack thereof. The awful thing is this often happens when the underperformers are in their late 40s or early 50s, and they've been carried along for most of their careers. Then suddenly, at an age when starting over can be very tough, they're out of a job with no preparation or planning to kick in the stomach that they may never get over. They feel betrayed, and they should. As harsh as it might seem at first, differentiation prevents that tragedy because based on performance measures that really count, that's why I believe you are never too nice to implement the 20-70-10. Only too cowardly. Differentiation pits people against one another and undermines teamwork. Try telling that to Joe Torre. The New York Yankees functions perfectly well as a team, much to the dismay of the Red Sox fans like myself, I might add, with a highly transparent system of differentiation in place. Stars are lavishly rewarded, underperformers are shown the clubhouse exit. And it's not enough to make a system of differentiation. And if that's not enough to make the system perfectly clear, the players' salaries are very public.
Somebody said, this guy is the bee's knees.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. You have no doubt that differentiation is going on when some members of the team make $18 million a year and others wearing the same uniform make the major league minimum of $300,000. And yet everyone pulls together for the team to win. Alex Rodriguez loves the thrill of hitting a grand slam home run, but I'm sure it feels a lot better when him and the Yankees win. In July 2004, Derek Jeter made the catch of the year, diving into the stands, coming up with a black eye and a cut face, a photo of which graced every newspaper in New York. A lot of the pain had to be relieved when the Yankees won, coming from behind in the 13th inning. One of the great baseball games of all time.
W's in the chat. He said, you sound like a true scholar.
Oh, thanks.
W's in the chat. W's in the chat, never.
Without question, these two stars love to excel for their own sakes. But you can bet it's always more fun and exciting when the team wins. Their teamwork is a testament to two other things. First, great leadership. Joe Torre obviously understands the challenges of managing in a differentiation environment. Second, the cohesiveness of the Yankees and so many other sports teams show positive impact of an open, honest management system built upon candid performances assessments and aligned rewards. In that way, differentiation doesn't undermine teamwork, it enhances it. In a business, there's probably would be a pandemonium if a company started publishing everybody's salary. And I'm not advocating that here. And yet, people always seem to know what their coworkers are making, don't they? Yeah. That's why they get mad when everyone on a team gets rewarded the same way and only a few people have gotten the work done. They feel cheated and wonder why management can't see the obvious, that not every team member is created equal.
True.
Differentiation rewards those members of the team who deserve it. By that way, that annoys only the underperformers. To everyone else, it seems fair. And fair environments promotes teamwork. Better yet, it motivates people to give their all. And that is what you want. You just watched the Mighty Ducks? Nice. Differentiation is possible only in the United States. I wish I could implement it, but because of cultural values, the people in my country won't accept it. This is another. That was another fallacy or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard this critique differentiation since its earliest days at GE. When one of our managers explained the 2070-10 couldn't be implemented in Japan because in that culture, politeness was valued far more than candor. Since then, I've heard the national culture excuse from people in hundreds of companies in dozens of nations. Recently, managers in Denmark told us that their country valued egalitarianism too much for differentiation to be widely accepted. We've heard the case made in France too. A manager at a meeting in Amsterdam told us last year that there was too much Calvinism in Dutch bones for the system to work in the Netherlands. I guess the manager believed all rewards come only in heaven if you're chosen to get there. And in China, we heard that differentiation is a long time coming because in most state-owned enterprises, still more than 50% of the economy, despite its market reforms, many of the best jobs and rewards go to the most loyal members of the party, whether they are the most talented or not. Basically, I think the excuses we hear about differentiation's cultural obstacles are just that, excuses. At GE, we couldn't have a company where differentiation existed only in our US operations. First of all, we just believed too much in differentiation's effectiveness, but we also knew that having differentiation only in the United States would have been unfair and confusing, especially for the businesses with both US and global divisions. And for people who moved around the world, we decided early on that we would push through differentiation everywhere we did in business, dealing with whatever cultural issues that confronted. Then an amazing thing happened. Very many cultural issues didn't confront us. Once we made the case for differentiation and we linked it to a candid performance appraisal system, it worked as well as Japan as it did in Ohio. In fact, people who first thought it could never work in their country came to support it strongly for its honesty, fairness, and clarity. As I mentioned, very often when I get the comment, we can't have differentiation in my country, it comes from managers who admit themselves they support the approach. Their resistance grows out of the assumption that their people will object to the cultural values. My advice to them is to move slowly, but go for it anyway. They will be surprised that they are not alone because differentiation, once in practice for a while, makes its own case in any language. Differentiation is fine for the top 20%. Sorry, this is a new fallacy or critique. Differentiation is fine for the top 20% and the bottom 10 because they know where they are going. But it's enormously...
Almost done, unknown. Sorry, W's in the chat to unknown, W's in the chat to Chief and Sean. Almost done, guys. Lock in.
Differentiation is fine for the top 20% and the bottom 10 because they know where they are going. But it's enormously demotivating for the middle 70 who end up living an awful kind of limbo. So this is another critique. Again, an element of truth is in this complaint. The middle 70 is the hardest category to manage in differentiation. The biggest problem comes with the individuals in the top tier of the 70% because they know they are not on a whole different from the top 20 performers. And often a lot better than some of the bottom tier of their own guard. And yes, that can be enervating. And sometimes talented middle 70s leave because of it. The silver lining to this difficult situation is that the existence of the middle 70 forces companies to manage themselves better. It forces leaders to scrutinize people more closely than they would ordinarily to provide more consistent, candid feedback. It pushes companies to build training centers that really make a difference. For instance, before differentiation...
Pause. Is it tell him to read... Unknown lock in and W's in the chat. Sean said tell him to read The Hatchet instead.
I don't have that.
You don't have that.
For
W's in
instance...
the chat to Sean.
For instance, before differentiation, our Croutonville, New York training center was often used in the 1970s as a warehouse where businesses could afford to send their underperformers. It was like a way station on the road to early retirement. The rigor of the 2070-10 helped us change that. We turned the Croutonville into a place where the top 20 and the best of the middle 70 go to talk about ideas, debated our approach to business, and got to know and understand one another on a lot better. And since senior management spent several hours with each class, it also gave a rough idea just how rigorously differentiation was being practiced in the field. Another piece of silver lining that is, while being in the middle 70% can be demotivating to some people, it actually revs the engines for many other. For the people in the top 20, for instance, the very existence of a middle 70 gives them yet another reason to pull out all the stops every single day. They have to keep getting better to keep their high standing. What a rush that can be. After all, most people want to improve and grow every day. For a lot of people in the middle 70, getting better is energizing too. Getting into the top 20 gives them a tangible goal, and having a goal makes them work harder, think more creatively, share more ideas, and overall, fight for the good of fight every single day.
Double. Yeah.
It makes work more of a challenge and a lot more fun. The final critique. Differentiation favors people who are energetic and extroverted, and undervalues people who are shy and introverted, even if they are talented. I don't know if this is good or bad, but the world generally favors people who are energetic and extroverted.
Yeah.
That's also something that you can learn young, and it's reinforced in school, at church, at camp, in clubs, and usually at home too. By the time you get to work, if you are still shy and introverted and somehow...
W's in the chat to Curtis, spam it. W's in the chat, thank you, Curtis. W's.
By the time you get to work, if you're still somehow shy and introverted and somewhat low in energy, there are professions and jobs where those characteristics are advantageous. If you know yourself, you will find them. This criticism of differentiation, which I hear now and then, is not really about differentiation, but it's about society's values. I might add that in business, energetic and extroverted people generally do better, but results speak for themselves, loud and clear. Differentiation, here's them. If you want the best people on your team, you need to face up to differentiation. I don't know of any people in management systems that it does better, with more transparency, fairness, and speed. It isn't perfect, but differentiation, like candor, clarifies business and makes it run better in every way. Join us next time, guys, for chapter 4.
Woo! You made it. Hey, you made it. You made it. I made it. You made it. We made it. And now we have new information. Hockey is a love machine. He is truly a GOAT. W's in the chat to unknown.
Look, people are saying, woohoo, whoa,
Woo-hoo!
that was epic. That was
Woo!
epic, yeah. Woo, woo.
Woo!
Yeah, guys.
W Book Club.
Riveting
Every
stuff.
night, guys. Every night around 10. Join us for book club.
Join us for book club. Yeah, we're gonna do
chapter 4.
We're gonna do
What's
chapter 4.
Let's get them excited. Let's get them riled up.
Okay, guys, here's a little sneak peek of chapter 4. It's called Voice and Dignity.
Voice and Dignity. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell.
Every brain in the game.
Every brain in the game.
Every brain in the game.
Every brain in the game. Can't complain.
The voice of dignity.
I got a mane like a lion's mane. I come from Spain. They tell me that I feel the pain, but I only make gains.
The voice of dignity.
Yeah.
Learning math like trigonometry. Hitting the rocks like geology.
Period. Quiz time. Let's go. Okay. Quiz time. What percentage of people have to be let go when using differentiation? Don't say.
I know. Whoever says it first gets
Whoever says it first gets
a free Red Bull. But you have to go buy it yourself.
Who has the answer, guys? Come on. Which percent?
Who
gets
is paying
let go?
attention?
Which bottom percentage gets let go? Anyone? 10, never around. 10, never around. W, never around. W, Allen.
Oh, yeah.
They were listening.
Bridger said
They were
20, 30,
listening.
20. No, it was 10%.
80, 98, 3.
The 10% get let go, guys. Do another quiz question.
Okay.
Think of more questions.
Define corollary.
Ooh, that's a really good one. We had to pause for that. Even the maestro didn't know. I'm the maestro.
Oh.
That's Spanish for teacher.
Define corollary. Corollary.
Define corollary.
Like 2 people who were listening out of 100. Yeah, for real. 2 out of 100.
No, it's corollary. Corollary.
How you expect us?
Corollary.
The noise you make when your head hurts.
Whose head hurts?
They said that's what the color reads. The noise you make when your head hurts. I was paying attention the whole time.
Oh, Bridger got it. He said 2 are true because of the first truth. He got it.
That's color right? Oh, yeah.
You didn't know the answer?
No, I forgot. I got it mixed up with the DSSR or whatever.
Yeah, now the DSSR or whatever.
DSSR.
Yeah.
That's enough. Like, we already did the reading. That's enough.
It was DCRR. DCRR, guys. What is DCRR? I want what it stands for and how you figure it out.
I want water.
Can you get me a water too, please?
I'm done.
Yeah, I want what it stands for and how you figure it out. I know the second question wasn't for a Red Bull. Thank you, sweetheart.
Be careful, don't spill it on that laptop.
I won't. I'm going on day 5 without Juneberry sugar-free Red Bull. Dang, that's tough, man. That's some good water. Yeah, so last night, not last night, earlier tonight, I watched the Calgary Flames defeat the Vancouver Canucks in a 6-2 victory, I believe it was. Was it 6-2 or 5-2? 5-2? Still a huge win by the Flames. They're on a 3-game win streak now. Which is pretty impressive, to say the least. I'm trying to remember one thing. The frick was that guy's name? Hi. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to do some work right now. Since I have the computer real quick, I'm just um, doing some emails and stuff like that. Am I worried about AI taking over my job? No, not at all. I run my own business, so how can an AI do that? Especially because I do property maintenance business. Like there would have to be some sort of robot, like a frickin' like you know that movie with Will Smith and there's a bunch of robots running around or whatever. It would have to be like that, some sort of robot that would be able to do what I do, which I just don't believe's coming. You know what I mean? I just don't see it happening. Do I support racism? Um, no. I mean, no. Like, that's such a weird question. Like, what do you mean? Like, support anti-racism, or do you mean like, do I support it? It doesn't. That's such a weird question. 10 seconds of what? Thanks, Bridger. Stupid, and that's coming from me. Yeah, no kidding. At least the jokes that you make are lighthearted. Hey, Hockey, you should read the book Hatchet. I think the author is Gary Paulson. It's a really good book about surviving a plane crash in the wilderness. Yeah, I think I've heard of it, to be honest. Yeah, I've seen it before. I just Googled it. I looked it up, and I remember seeing the cover where the guy, it's like a picture of a guy's head. There's like a hatchet above his head. It's in Alaska, right? Yeah, I don't know if it's in Alaska. It says he falls in the frozen oil fields of Canada. I think I might have read this a long time ago. Like back in high school or something, I feel like. Same thing, yeah, basically. There was a guy who was up in Alaska. ICE deported Brian back to America in the end. Yeah, I swear, I think I read this book like many, many years ago. Hatchet. It's a good book. There's another one that's pretty good that I was reading recently. I don't know what happened to it. I'll see if I can find it. This is another book I just completed, actually. It's called Putting the Power of Your Subconscious Mind to Work. Oh, here it is. No, this is actually a book that my brother gave me. I haven't read it at all. It's called Cactus Eaters by Dan White. How I Lost My Mind and Almost Found Myself on the Pacific Crest Trail. So it's this one's like about a guy who walked up and down the Pacific Crest Trail, which stretches from Mexico to Canada, a distance of 2,650 grueling, sun-scorched, bear-infested miles. When Dan White and his girlfriend announced their intention to hike it, Dan's parents, among others, thought they were nuts. How could two people who'd never even shared an apartment together survive 6 months in the desert with little more than a two-person tent and some trail mix? But when these adult adventurers, dubbed the Lois and Clark expedition by their benevolent trail guru, set out for the American wilderness, the hardships of the trail, and one delicious looking cactus test the limits of love and sanity. So I hadn't read that yet, but I want to get to it one day. This was another book that we read a bit of. It's called The Opposite of Fate: Memories of a Writing Life by Amy Tan. It's kind of an autobiography of Amy Tan, who wrote a bunch of books or whatever. You know what? I don't think I have the other book that I'm thinking of, but it's about this one guy who he went out to like Alaska, and he lived inside a school bus that was in Alaska, and eventually he ran out of food and got sick because he ate some bad potatoes and he died. I've walked the Pacific Crest Trail. It's beautiful. I would recommend to anyone. It's really not that challenging either. Yeah, I couldn't imagine it being that challenging simply because it's so warm, at least in the southern part. Like, you know, the main thing that will get you, I think, in extreme outdoor wilderness treks like that is the risk of hypothermia, where you die of being too cold, basically. And that happens at night in most wilderness areas. But it's much, much more magnified in the northern hemisphere area, like north, like, you know, up here where I live in like the far north in Canada. It's definitely worse. But yeah, the book I was talking about, though, they made a movie about him. The guy who died of being inside of a bus or whatever. If you go at the right time of year, you could avoid the cold altogether. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Because if it's going down through Mexico, to Mexico from BC, then it's basically like, you're basically walking along the coast of California and Washington and Oregon or something, right? So it can't be that tough, I guess, comparatively to some of these extreme trails. Like, for example, in October, I did the Rockwell Trail, which is a portion of the Great Divide Trail, which is like super, super long. It stretches from like halfway through BC all the way to Alberta. And it's up and it's over mountains, it's through valleys, it goes all over the place. So it's a really tough trail because it's so high in elevation that it makes you cold. And I bet you at this time of year it probably is like impassable. It's just too cold right now. There's too much snow out there at this moment. So you can only go during certain times of year. At other times of year, it would just not even be feasible for you to even attempt to take that trail. Three in a row. Let's get another three. Honestly, oh my God. I just thought that the Flames were going for a rebuild, guys. I just thought that it was actually going to happen because of they've lost so many in a row. And now suddenly, yeah, they're only a point back of passing Vancouver now with that win. Because we got 2 points and they did not get any points because we beat them. If we got another 3 games in a row, if we won 3 more in a row, they're going to be right back in it. They're literally going to be right back in the playoff race. Which is great. I mean, we all love playoffs, but frig, we need some high-end picks, guys. Agree or disagree? If they keep this up, a playoff spot or a hair might be possible if another 6 points. Well, I don't think so, man. I mean, even if they won 3 more in a row, that would get them to what, 25 points? If they won 3 more games in a row, and the last place wildcard team, I'll check right now. I'll look it up. Is Utah. Utah Mammoth currently have 25 points. So for the Flames, if they won 3 games in a row starting now, like they've already won 3 in a row, but if they won another 3 in a row to get 6 more points, they would only still then be tied with Utah if that was to happen. And in that time, over the course of those 3 games, I'm sure Utah probably also has 3 games. If they were to even collect 1 point out of a possible 6, then they would now have 26 points. Not to mention the fact that San Jose and Edmonton both also are tied with Utah with 25 points. Utah is only currently in that spot because they've played the least amount of games, and therefore they have the best points percentage after 22 games. Edmonton and San Jose have played 24 and 23 respectively. So they're currently not in a playoff spot. The Flames would also need to leapfrog Winnipeg and Chicago at 24 points, which seems very far-fetched. They're within striking distance right now of passing Vancouver and St. Louis, who are only a point ahead of the Flames. So if they were to win the next 2 to 3 games in a row starting now, they would probably most likely be ahead of Vancouver and St. Louis if Vancouver and St. Louis continued their downward spiral, because I think most people realize at this point that Vancouver is on a 3-game losing streak. St. Louis, they've been up and down, but mostly down this whole season. So, anyways, that's where we sit. November 23rd, 2025. Hey, sweetheart.
Hey.
Are you done your live?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I ended it.
A mid-team at least. Yeah, I guess we would
Cold
get...
in here now.
Yeah, it's because the window's open, eh? We would be, yeah, we would still be a mid-team if we won 3 in a row. We're not even past Vancouver yet, even with that win. Another win would put us past Vancouver, though. And St. Louis. But still, the climb is going to be hard. You can't just win a couple of games in a row at this point, guys. You got to win a bunch. But guess what? They've been scoring a lot lately. Like 5 in the last game, 6 in the game before that, a couple games ago against Buffalo. And I guess 3 with the shootout winner yesterday. That's pretty good. What service streams hockey? Sportsnet. I don't know if you where you're from, but you probably have to get Sportsnet, depending on your state or province. There's different versions of Sportsnet. And if you're in the United States, I think specifically, I don't think they have Sportsnet. I think you have to use NHL Center Ice. You probably have to use NHL Center Ice then, if you're in Idaho. I don't know if you guys have Sportsnet. I think Sportsnet might only be Canadian. Crazy how Buffalo can lose like that to the Flames and then absolutely destroy the Hawks 9-3 and then beat the Canes convincingly. Yeah, I mean, the whole league is like that, though, guys. There's literally parity all over the league. Because just like last week, the Flames were solidly in the last place. Like, they were like very much considered the worst team in the league just about a week ago. And they just beat Dallas. Dallas is second in this Central Division. Dallas is one of the top teams in the whole entire league right now. Dallas is 3rd overall. They just beat Dallas, guys. I guess Maloney Baloney words must have done something. I know, that's what I was thinking. I'm going to make a video about this tomorrow, guys. I'm literally going to have to like go back and double check what Maloney said because somehow everything he said is fucking correct and everyone criticized him. Like literally, they did exactly what he said was going to happen. He's like, "Oh, they're going to push hard. They're going to beat Buffalo. Oh, and then, you know, if they win this game, you know, they can go hard against Dallas and then they're only a point back from Vancouver." They've done everything that he has said since that interview, guys. Unbelievable that happened. It's so crazy how this works out sometimes. You know what I think is going to be hilarious is I think the Maple Leafs are going to miss the playoffs. Everybody in Toronto is going to cry. They're last in the East right now. Although the division they're in is so bad, though. Let's hope he speaks to the media again and says what we don't like to do this again. Yeah, no kidding. Like, everyone literally said, why did he say that? The team needs to rebuild. He's just speaking out of his, you know what? And then suddenly, boom, they're winning 3 in a row, defeating good teams. Hi, Bacon Burner. You are Daho Bridger. I'm just kidding. I'm a little Idahoan humor. Oh, because it's Idaho. Yeah, I get that one. Like Idaho, Idaho. crazy how bad Nashville is. You know, if the Flames get their scoring together, they might make a push here, guys. Like, starting to have hope again. I don't be Burnho. I don't really get that one. Why make fun towards me? Embrace my Idaho jokes. Okay. You guys are speaking your own language at this point. I don't speak Idahoan. You look like Drake? That wouldn't be the first time I've heard that one. Fact, funny story. One time I was at the Toronto. What was it? Toronto or Vancouver? The airport. Was it Toronto? We were at the airport. It. I don't know if I still can't remember what city it was in, but these people came up to me and they were like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, it was Vancouver.
It was Vancouver.
Yeah.
These people came up to me and they're like, "Oh my god, I thought you were Drake. We were gonna ask for your autograph." And I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I was actually shocked. Like I was stunned. I didn't know what to think. Like people literally walked up to me with like, I don't know what they thought I was gonna sign. Like what did they?
They had their phones. They were gonna ask for pictures.
Oh, they were gonna ask for pictures. They were gonna ask to take photos with me because they thought I was Drake. Idaho is top 10 most beautiful places in America, but it's highly protected. It's literally illegal to be homeless. No, I don't care about the airport or the girl. Sounds like a man you have. I don't know what that means. Yeah, Idaho is actually really beautiful. And nobody knows about it too. Like nobody ever talks about Idaho like in terms of being a destination type place. Like if you said, "Oh, where's the nicest places in United States?" Most people would probably first say California, Florida, you know, I don't know, other places like Minnesota or something. Nobody's gonna say Idaho. It's probably not top of mind. But I know it's beautiful because it's just south of BC and Alberta, right around the Rocky Mountains, where some of the most beautiful land is. You know, I'm pretty sure if I'm correct, Idaho is super close to the town of Osoyoos in southern BC. What's your thoughts on Kirkland? The hockey player or the brand? The hockey player, I think, you know, he had a good run last season, but he just obviously probably doesn't think that he probably doesn't have the same. He just doesn't have the same luck that he did last year. I think he's just having an unlucky year, guys. He had a bad accident last year. If you guys recall, he had a ACL tear and needed to get surgery, which ended the season for him. And ever since he returned this year, I don't even think he's only played like 2 or 3 games, and he got sent back down to the American League. You know, he's a great player, a great guy, but I don't think that he's going to be back in the NHL anytime soon because the Flames look like they are going to try other guys out in his spot over and over because his spot was cemented as the fourth line center. But his spot is basically up for grabs now. They've had Connor Zary there before, which didn't really work. They have now had Sam Morton there. They tried even who else did they try down there over the course of the year? I forget. They definitely tried another guy there at one point. Yeah, 40 minutes from Boise. And you? Oh, he's talking to the other guy. Somehow you have convinced a girl to be in the room with you. Can we see her? No. That's so weird. Me, bro. I enjoyed a nice poop. No, I'm not gonna read that. Can I see the girl? Girl. No. Definitely not.
What the hell?
What the hell? She's not. No, I'm not gonna put her on camera just so you can see her. That's so weird, bro. I left them on. What did you leave on? She's black. My town population is around 5,000. Pretty small, but they're smaller. Crazy. That's like, phew, that's not even a town at that point. There's literally like universities that have a higher population than that in Canada, some places. Like I bet you the UBC probably has more than 5,000 people in it. She seems like a hostage that is forced to be there. Can we see her for safety? Yeah, that's crazy. That's such a small town. Wait, what did Matt Turner say that got him timed out? Wow, it doesn't matter. If I didn't see it, maybe it's best. I could literally get on 99 and go to UBC. Yeah, probably, eh? What's up, unknown? You were on Zara's stream earlier.
Hey.
You Canadian? Yeah. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. But now I live in Nanaimo. If you know, you know. If you Nanaimo, you know. I'm gonna make that the new slogan for the town. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah, it goes, if you Nanaimo, you know. Nanaimo. But we are armed to the teeth. Everyone I know goes hunting every year, and we try to be as self-sufficient as we can. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Dan, I forgot. You're like the wilderness guy, right? Like you said you once like fell in love with a tree or something and took the bark with you. Sounds crazy when I say it like that, right? But that's basically the gist of your story. I remember that. Guilty as charged. Oh look, Zara Kiri's on.
I left now.
She just left a message. Why do you have like a Chinese letter in your name?
No, I don't.
No, I mean in your message.
I don't.
A bunch of people do. I thought other people were doing it, but it's on yours too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like a Korean thing. It says something and then in. Dang, I can't put Zara on a timeout. No, don't do it.
Stop abusing your mob powers.
Bacon, you're like 10. Chill.
Abuse.
You don't believe me about the Korean symbol? It's like the first letter of your message. Did you do an emoji?
I don't know.
It's because of a Jamaican cult that dates back to the 70s. Bro, what are you even talking about now? This guy's... Now, I don't even know what he's talking about. What's because of a Jamaican cult that dates back to the 70s?
What is that?
What is he even talking about? I'm not talking to me, though. I don't know. We're just talking in circles, go. What? Their religion. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. It's getting too weird for me. No, it all makes sense now. Weird is
I want a sweet treat.
weird is the new normal. A sweet treat?
No. Oh my
Oh,
God.
I know.
What?
Honey toast.
Too valid.
That's so valid.
Do
you want-
take a shower?
Do you want to go take a shower?
Yeah.
Go take a shower then. Because you don't know doesn't mean what I say is not important.
That's true.
I guess, but I never said that you're not important, Bacon. I never said that. If I did,
Change your name so we can take you more seriously.
yeah, change your name from Bacon Burner to something else. Like by myself, I'll watch. Idaho is one of the only states in America that still has grizzly bears. And when backpacking by the coast, it's like a walk in the park. Yeah.
Really?
I know, that's what I'm trying to say. I believe you, Dan, because I know where the geographical location of Idaho is. It's just south of BC, close, like more to the interior, like it's closer to Alberta, right? Which is some of the most beautiful land of all time in Canada. So it's got to be very similar. Like, I don't have much experience in Idaho. I think I've probably driven through the state once, maybe. I don't really remember, but just of what I know, I'm positive that you're correct and that it's probably one of the most beautiful states of all 52 states. Is there 50 states or 52? I always get that confused. I don't want her though, so like let her know. Oh, you're so weird, bro. I missed your first message. This isn't even my girlfriend. This is my wife. Okay, internet power. Oh, yeah, Bridger, you don't have to suspend him. I'll do it myself if I want to. I support it. Yes, this is not a democracy, guys. This is an authoritatorship. And I'm the authoritator. Then why won't you show off your beautiful wife, man? Well, I'll show her if I want to show her or if she wants to be shown. If she doesn't want to be on the camera right now, that's okay. I don't care. I'm not going to do it just for you, bro. Just stop being weird. It ain't even funny. Yeah, thanks, guys. Trout fishing in Idaho is so much fun. Nice. I would love to do some trout fishing in Idaho. While I'm on the computer right now, guys, I'm gonna look up Idaho just for the sake of it, because now I'm getting excited about it. Idaho. There it is. Okay, yeah. So it's a long state. Like it's kind of like it goes like this. It kind of looks like the opposite of Alberta. Alberta's shaped like this, and then it has like a little cut on the bottom. Idaho is like this. And yeah, it's actually where it touches the BC border is actually closer to Creston and Cranbrook. And it looks like it's mostly forested at the top, like wilderness and lakes and stuff like that. There doesn't seem to be much big cities. And then Coeur d'Alene, I've heard of that place before. Looks like a nice place. Going down south. I'm looking for Boise. That's the place that he mentioned. Oh yeah, it's way more south. I've heard of Boise too. I'm from Delhi, India. Nice. You inspire me to be a shithead. Okay. Ha ha ha. That's what she said. Bah ha ha ha. I didn't even hear what I said. Where am I from? I'm from Canada. Why would you be born there? I don't think you get to choose that. Oh, Twin Falls, Idaho. What else? There's looks like a bunch of small little towns and stuff. Quebec. Where in Canada? No, I'm from Alberta, but I now live in British Columbia. I have to plug in my phone. Mountain lions are scarier than bears. I've had some close calls. That's true. Alberta is fuck, man. What does that mean? The guy from New Delhi said, Alberta is fuck, man. British Columbia is still good. Okay. I love your brutal honesty. Very candid of you. It's very candid of you to explain Alberta as fuck. Yeah, no, I would be more scared of a mountain lion than a bear myself. But up in Canada, we don't call them mountain lions. We call them cougars. Are you French in origin? No, I'm not. Check out McCall, Idaho. I've sort of close to it, and it's really nice. Forest with amazing hot springs. Nice. We should. Sweetheart, do you ever want to go to a trip to Idaho?
Sure.
We should one day.
Do they have In-N-Out?
Did they have In-N-Out, she asked. No,
Oh.
they don't. It would take us 12 hours to drive there, by the way,
Oh my god.
to McCall.
It's a long drive.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
I mean, he said it's got hot springs and forests and stuff, but
Cute.
the thing is, I'm sure like there'd be a lot of other cool shit on the way there. You know what I mean? Oh, he said no, there's one. It's nasty.
Oh, what? I like In-N-Out.
I don't know. She likes it.
I'll go then.
Yeah, it's close to Payette National Forest, it looks like.
Okay.
And Walla Walla.
Okay.
Whitman Forest.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, there's a place called Ontario in Idaho. Like, there's a city called Ontario. Actually, I knew about Ontario, California, because there's a hockey team from there called the Ontario Reign that confuses people because they think it's from Canada, right? But it's actually close to Los Angeles. What's my favorite ice hockey player? Of all time, Jerome McGinley. If you come by, I'll buy you both a Red Bull.
Aw.
Okay.
We'll buy you a cake.
Yeah, we'll buy you a case of Red Bull. We'll show up with a case. Yeah, I would do it, honestly. But 12 hours is a long, long drive, guys. To be honest. And I'm guessing for a large portion of it, it would be kind of boring. Because I think it kind of smooths out a bit once you get between the rivers, the Columbia River and the other part of the Columbia River. No, the Snake River. Don't go to Ontario. It's horrible. There are hobos and it's mostly farmland anyway. I just started watching. What are you talking about? This stream, if you've been on the entire stream, I don't even know what we've been talking about. We read a chapter of a book about a businessman who's really competitive at winning. We were talking about the hockey teams like the Calgary Flames and their 3-game win streak. We've been talking about Idaho for some reason. What else did we talk about? There was something else, I swear. Somebody was telling me to read a different book called The Hatchet. Yeah, we've covered a lot of topics today, guys. I literally can't even remember all the stuff that we've been chatting about here. I might end the stream actually, guys, because I'm getting really tired. And if I'm getting tired, my energy's low. I feel like I'm losing my voice from
Why don't you make us a sweet treat on the stream first?
talking. A sweet treat stream?
Yeah.
Like a honey toast?
Yeah.
I thought you said you were gonna go shower.
Would you do that?
A pomegranates?
Yeah.
No, I think I'd rather have honey toasts.
Okay.
No, or do you really want the pomegranate?
No.
No, I could do it if you really want it.
I don't know. I think.
I think we were talking about subscribing. Oh yeah, thanks, Bridger. Here's my number one hype man. That's how you got that moderation duty or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, W to Bridger. No, I think I'm gonna end the stream.
How long have you been on?
86 minutes. Should I just drive it out to get to 90?
You might as well get it to 100.
100?
Yeah.
I'm running low on energy.
Yeah, by the time the toast is done toasting, you're there.
Okay, guys, do you guys want to
Can we do
watch?
cinnamon Can we do cinnamon honey?
Yeah, cinnamon
Oh
honey.
my god, yes.
We can do cinnamon honey. The Snake River is beautiful. I grew up right next to it, fishing for bigmouth and smallmouth bass. My good friend owns a cabin right next to it, and we always had a blast while we're there. Wow. The Big Snake River, eh? That's crazy. Fishing for big and smallmouth. The smallmouth bass. The Snake River is actually like one of the biggest rivers in the whole world. There's even a sturgeon in it. I've never caught one, but it's a dream of mine. Wow. Dude, I love being a mod on this channel. Oh, thanks. That's crazy. There's a sturgeon in that river? Sturgeons are an ancient fish belonging to the family of the Asapeniceridae, known for their distinctive elongated bodies, bony plates, and significant role in caviar production. Wow. Sturgeons are large fish that typically range from 2 to 3.5 meters in length. The largest recorded sturgeon was a beluga female, measuring 7.2 meters long.
Large female.
Yeah, and guess how long? Guess how heavy this.
Oh, I want this instead. I don't like the ribbon on that gift. Oh, can we do twine like this? Look, like that.
I guess, but we gotta go get it.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know how long this female was?
How long?
23 feet and 7 inches. Do you know how much this female weighed?
How much?
3,463 pounds.
What a big girl.
Some species can grow even larger, with certain individuals exceeding 20 feet in length and weighing over 2,000 pounds. For example, white sturgeon could grow up to 10 feet or longer, while lake sturgeon about 7 feet. Zara, do you want a Red Bull?
Yeah, I need one. Tired.
Yeah. That would be crazy, Dan, if you caught a sturgeon.
That's scary.
Yeah, these fish are bigger
Like,
than
that's
people.
the thing about the ocean world. Like, that's a different world. You know?
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know how deep it goes. We don't even know how crazy it gets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these bad boys, some of them are 7 feet long, 8 feet long, 10 feet long, 2,000 pounds. And they're ancient fish. Like, they supposedly were around before even the
I have to
dinosaurs.
set something up on my YouTube, on my laptop. Not right now. I don't want to do it. I'm too tired.
Damn, that's crazy, guys. Apparently, the sturgeon was around before they even did dinosaurs.
No way.
Yeah,
Before the dinosaurs.
before the dinosaurs, yeah.
Nah.
And they're still here to this day.
The sea? Yeah, like sea? That's scary. We need to start, like, have we sent, like, robots down there and stuff like that? Like, you know how everyone's like, oh, we don't know what's happening in the depths of the ocean. They sent that submarine that imploded or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Says sturgeon evolved approximately 200 million years ago during the Jurassic period. They are the oldest of the fish family, with the earliest fossils dating back to the late Cretaceous. Sturgeons have undergone little morphological changes since their appearance, making them remarkably similar to their ancestors.
Yeah.
So yeah, they found like ancestral fossilized sturgeon from 200 million years ago.
That's crazy.
That still look the same as the sturgeon that are here today. So it's like, who really rules the earth, you know? Like when we think of our brains of like, who runs the world?
Girls.
Who runs the world?
Girls.
Who runs the world?
Girls.
Okay, no, I mean seriously, we think humans do, right? We're like, oh, we're the boss, you know? We're the ones who run this place. You know what I mean? That's what we're thinking. We're like, who is the president of the free world? DOJ, right? But really, it's probably STURGEON. You know what I mean? I'm always grateful to have grown up in such a beautiful area. That's good, Dan. Keep that gratefulness up. Did you guys ever think Red Bull would be a common topic in your lives? No. But we've had, over the years, we've definitely had certain people where their thing is just to mention the same thing over and over. Like,
yeah, there's lots of obsessive people.
The guy who always wants us to play Talking Tom.
The Nirvana guy.
The guy who always mentions Nirvana.
Yeah.
Like the band Nirvana. He says...
Fetus guy. And then there's people who like the same exact song. I don't remember him. It's fine.
But what did he talk about?
Like fetuses.
Fetuses every time.
Yeah.
What?
You don't remember him?
No, are you talking about Neil?
Yeah, Neil.
No, but that's because I said that his picture looked like an alien baby fetus.
Oh. I don't know. Either way.
Anyways, yeah, there was the guy who talked about Talking Tom.
What's Neil doing right now? He's come back on.
Yeah, there was the guy who talked about, what did you say, Nirvana?
Yeah, Nirvana.
There was a guy who keeps saying that his body aches.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. And he would make different accounts saying, my body aches, my body aches.
That guy I thought was the funniest.
Really?
Yeah, because for some reason that quote, my body's aching right now, it's so funny for some reason. And then Bridger is obsessed about Red Bull.
Yeah.
He relates everything back to Red Bull. I don't know why, it's so funny. That's funny, yeah, man. I laughed so hard, I woke up my wife. The fetus guy.
Oh no. Your wife's gonna be pissed.
The fetus guy. He laughed so hard he woke up his wife because you said the fetus guy. Oh my god. That's too funny, guys. Oh my god. I'm literally crying laughing. Oh, I think I gotta end it on that. I'm gonna make her toast off stream, guys. I'm too tired to continue this.
You're valid.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much for walking. I might wake up my in-laws too. No, I don't want that, guys. I don't want to break up a marriage here. Am I only the guy who fell in love with a tree, apparently? I mean, I'm not too far off, I guess. Yeah, I swear, didn't you say some story like that? You took the bark with you or whatever? Anyways, guys, yeah, I gotta end the stream. I'm so tired. And I'm just gonna take it easy for the rest of the night, but thank you all for watching. I appreciate the love and support, and I hope I entertained you guys all tonight and didn't wake up too many wives. And drink a Red Bull. Yeah. Okay. Have a good night, guys. Bye.